We all want to be more productive. We make to-do lists, set goals, and promise ourselves we'll stop procrastinating. But too often, the day slips away and the most important tasks remain undone. Why does this happen, and what can we do about it? Brian Tracy's classic book, Eat That Frog, answers this question with a simple but powerful metaphor. Imagine you had to eat a live frog every morning. Once you did it, the hardest, ugliest task of your day would be behind you, and everything else would feel easier. In the same way, Tracy argues that the key to productivity is to identify your biggest, most important task, your frog, and tackle it first, before anything else. By eating your frog every day, you develop the habit of prioritizing and overcoming procrastination. Published in 2001 and updated multiple times since, Eat That Frog has become a bestseller in time management, with millions of copies sold worldwide. Welcome to 10-Minute Books, the channel where we break down the world's most powerful books into practical lessons you can absorb in just 10 minutes. Today, we're exploring Eat That Frog by Brian Tracy, a book about overcoming procrastination, focusing on priorities, and getting more done in less time. The power of eating the frog. The frog is your most important task, the one that will have the biggest impact on your goals. Tracy emphasizes that if you start the day by tackling that frog, you set yourself up for success. On the other hand, if you waste time on smaller, easier tasks, you may stay busy but achieve very little. Key principle: plan every day in advance. Tracy's first principle is to plan your day before it begins. Every minute spent planning saves 10 minutes of execution. Make a list of everything you need to do, then prioritize it. Decide what your frog is and commit to doing it first. The 80-20 rule. Tracy applies the Pareto principle. 20% of your tasks produce 80% of your results. Instead of trying to do everything, focus on the vital few that make the biggest difference. Productivity is not about doing more, it's about doing what matters most. ABCDE method. One of Tracy's practical techniques is the ABCDE method for prioritizing tasks. A. Very important must do. Your frog lives here. B. Important but not as urgent. C. Nice to do but with little consequence. D. Delegate to someone else. E. Eliminate altogether. By sorting tasks this way, you identify what truly deserves your attention and avoid wasting time on trivial activities. Single handling. Another principle is single handling. Once you begin your frog, stay with it until it's done. Multitasking slows you down. Starting and stopping drains energy. Concentrate fully until the task is complete, and you'll finish faster and with better results. Consider the consequences. Tracy advises evaluating tasks based on their potential impact. Long-term thinking is key. What tasks will create the most benefit if completed, or the greatest damage if neglected? Often, the biggest frogs are also the ones with the most significant consequences. Practice the law of three. According to Tracy, in any job or life role, there are usually 3 core tasks that contribute most to your success. Identify your top 3 frogs and focus on them relentlessly. Everything else is secondary. Upgrade your key skills. Sometimes procrastination happens because you don't feel competent at a task. Tracy suggests constantly upgrading your skills. The more capable you feel, the easier it is to dive in. Continuous learning reduces resistance and builds confidence. Leverage your strengths. Work on tasks where you're strongest and add the most value. Don't waste time trying to be average at everything. Focus on the activities where you can excel and delegate or eliminate the rest. Use technology wise. Technology can be both a blessing and a curse. Email, notifications, and social media can consume hours of your day. Tracy advises using technology intentionally, not reactively. Control it, or it will control you. Slice and dice the task. If your frog feels overwhelming, break it into smaller pieces. Just as you wouldn't eat a whole cake in one bite, you don't need to finish a massive task in one sitting. Divide it into steps and start with the first slice. Create large chunks of time. Deep work requires uninterrupted time. Schedule long blocks for your frogs. Protect these blocks fiercely. Even 2 or 3 hours of focused work daily can transform your productivity. Develop a sense of urgency. Highly productive people develop a bias for action. They don't wait for perfect conditions. They start now. By cultivating a sense of urgency, you build momentum, which creates energy and drives results. Motivate yourself into action. Tracy emphasizes the power of positive self-talk and visualization. Instead of dreading your frog, tell yourself, I can do this. I choose to start now. Motivation follows action, not the other way around. 3 core habits. Tracy highlights 3 habits that guarantee success. 1. Decide what you want. 2. Write it down and make a plan. 3. Take action on your most important task every day. These habits build discipline, clarity, and momentum over time. Energy and productivity. Tracy also stresses the importance of health. Good nutrition, regular exercise, and adequate sleep fuel focus and productivity. You can't eat frogs effectively if you're exhausted. The big picture. Ultimately, Eat That Frog is not about working harder, but working smarter. It's about clarity, prioritization, and building momentum by tackling the hardest, most impactful tasks first. When you start every day by eating your frog, you train yourself to focus on results, not activity. Over weeks and months, this habit compounds into extraordinary progress. Modern relevance. Even though the book was written more than 20 years ago, its lessons are more relevant than ever. In today's world of constant distraction, the ability to focus on your frogs, the truly important tasks, separates the productive from the busy. Criticism and balance. Some critics argue that Tracy oversimplifies productivity, or that his advice feels repetitive. But the strength of Eat That Frog is its simplicity. It's not about complex systems. It's about a mindset shift. Stop procrastinating and tackle what matters most. The big takeaway. Eat That Frog teaches us that productivity is not about doing more. It's about doing the right things. By identifying your frogs, planning your day in advance, focusing on your top tasks, and taking action without delay, you can achieve more in less time and with less stress. The question is, what's your frog today, and are you ready to eat it? That was Eat That Frog by Brian Tracy, broken down in under 15 minutes. Which idea resonates most with you, the 80-20 rule, the ABCDE method, or single handling? Share your thoughts in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this summary, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to 10-Minute Books, and ring the bell so you never miss our weekly breakdowns of life-changing books. Thanks for watching, and remember, if you have to eat a frog, eat it first thing in the morning.